Believe there is a great power silently working all things for good. Behave yourself and never mind the rest. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other, so either teach them or learn to bear them. Aslan, you doubt your value. Don't run from who you are. There were many terrible things in my life, and most of them never happened. You often meet your fate on the road you take to avoid it. One of the few things in life that cannot possibly do harm in the end is the honest pursuit of the truth. You are what you believe in. You become that which you believe you can become. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. This body is fragile. It is just flesh. Listen to the heartbeat. Life depends on the pumping of a muscle. To know how much there is to know is the beginning of learning to live. Belief can be manipulated. Only knowledge is dangerous. Follow your heart, then root its longing with the facts. There is no truth except the truth that exists within you. Everything else is what someone is telling you. I speak my own sins. I cannot judge another. I have no tongue for it. I am philosophical Christ, crucified on the cross of ignorance for the sake of divine vanity. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. I have never killed anybody, it is true, but it is because I lack the courage or the time, not because I lack the desire. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. When you're too tired and feel like giving up on life, sit down and ponder over the journey of water. Because supposedly those who forget the past are condemned to repeat it. If the moment is everything, then everything is time. Always be like a water. Float in the times of pain or dance like waves along the wind which touches its surface. You are a human with one life, and it's up to you to make it the best life you can. Imagination is cheap as long as you don't have to worry about the details. Life is 10% what you make it and 90% how you take it. Do not lose yourself in the crowd. You are the only one you've got. Take care of your soul. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. Don't wait for the right moment to start. Start and make each moment right. Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. Sometimes the only reason for us to be somewhere else is to see things from a different perspective. We can see when others are trying to destroy us, but we choose to let karma deal with them accordingly. There was another life that I might have had, but I am having this one. Life is short. If you doubt me, ask a butterfly. Their average lifespan is a mere 5 to 14 days. We cannot do everything at once, but we can do something at once. Don't be afraid of your fears. They're not there to scare you. They're there to let you know that something is worth it. All the work you are doing in silence is opening doors. Trust your pace. Always find opportunities to make someone smile and to offer random acts of kindness in everyday life. Advice is like snow. The softer it falls, the longer it dwells upon, and the deeper it sinks into the mind. Sometimes you weren't supposed to share pain. Sometimes it was best just to deal with it alone. Stop thinking of yourself as a victim. You were a target that is now no longer being hit. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. The moment we cry in a film is not when things are sad, but when they turn out to be more beautiful than we expected them to be. You have to be the bravest person in the world to go out every day, being yourself when no one likes who you are. There are no traffic jams along the extra mile. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. That is all very senseless, but this senselessness has a pretty mouth, and it smiles. When life doesn't meet your expectations, it was important to take it with grace. I may not always be with you, but when we're far apart, remember you will be with me right inside my heart. Wanting to be someone else is a waste of who you are. Death comes to us all. We can only choose how to face it when it comes. One must work and dare if one really wants to live. We cannot change the cards we are dealt, just how we play the hand. The world is already full of critics. To stand out, be an encourager. To assess the quality of thoughts of people, don't listen to their words, but watch their actions. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to others. Don't set your goals by what other people deem important. To ugly ducklings everywhere, don't worry about those fluffy yellow morons. They'll never get to be swans. Life. It's not just about watching the stars. It's about shining with them. I think the discomfort that some people feel in going to the monkey cages at the zoo is a warning sign. There is not a particle of life which does not bear poetry within it. All progress takes place outside of your comfort zone. Enjoy every step you take. If you're curious, there is always something new to be discovered in the backdrop of your daily life. Everyone has his own reality in which, if one is not too cautious, timid, or frightened, one swims. This is the only reality there is. The selfish man suffers more from his selfishness than he from whom that selfishness withholds some important benefit. I am afraid, not of life, or death, or nothingness, but of wasting it as if I had never been. People have boldness to criticize, but not to sensitize. After you find out all the things that can go wrong, your life becomes less about living and more about waiting. Never stop. Never stop fighting. Never stop dreaming. When all is said and done, all anyone is left is their integrity at their core. Don't give that away too. There is only one day left, always starting over. It is given to us at dawn and taken away from us at dusk. The timing of your struggle depends on how resistant you are to your molding. Sometimes it's better to stop trying to make sense of things. Life isn't clear-cut. There are always gray areas. We started off trying to set up a small anarchist community, but people wouldn't obey the rules. An intelligent man is one who acknowledges his intelligence as that of those who surround him. A miracle is often the willingness to see the common in an uncommon way. If you hear how wonderful you are often enough, you begin to believe it, no matter how you try to resist it. Sharing tales of those we've lost is how we keep from really losing them. My life has been one great big joke, a dance that's walked, a song that spoke. I laugh so hard I almost choke when I think about myself. If you believe you can, you might. If you know you can, you will. Cleverness isn't always true, nor is the truth always clever. With every part you act, there must be a little of yourself in it. If there isn't, it's not acting, it's lying. I have learned now that while those who speak about one's miseries usually hurt, those who keep silence hurt more. We are citizens of the world. The tragedy of our times is that we do not know this. I hate to say it, but shit really does happen. You just have to get over it. Beat the hell out of it by doing things that make you happy. Accidents happen. Our bones shatter, our skin splits, our hearts break. We burn, we drown, we stay alive. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. You can't be brave if you've only had wonderful things happen to you. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. Very occasionally, if you pay really close attention, life doesn't suck. If you believe, you can, but work hard to believe. If they don't like you for being yourself, be yourself even more. Don't step backward toward nothing. Step forward towards something. Better awkward steps forward than coward steps backward. For any given problem, If there's a simple solution, it will already have been applied. So, perhaps, the solution isn't as simple as you think. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness, that is life. Feelings are real. They often become one's reality, but they are not always based on truth. Hats have power. Hats can change you into someone else. The value of surrounding yourself with positive people is not what you get from them, but how good a person you have become because of them. I'm glad I see with my eyes and not the pages I've read. I will continue my path, but I will keep a memory always. As far as I am concerned, philosophic questioning is just as likely to make you confused and depressed as it is to improve your condition.